Right, we're going to do a bit on stabbing technique. We've got to this far. Okay, he is, so you can see, that wide now. So we've done our few wraps. We've got it to a bit of a lozenge shape, thin at one end, thicker at the other. Tapered, it's almost like a cocoon, isn't it? Or a fat banana. But that's our basic shape. And we need now to stab this down, and this, we're not going to stab it too hard. We still need to be able to sculpt it. But what I want you to do is, this is now a good time to practice your technique, because we can still cover stuff up and we can just get you used to doing this. So without further ado, get your tool in the direction that you've been wrapping. So if you've been wrapping that way, tight like that, then that is the direction that you are going to stab. So we're going to go in at an oblique angle. We're not going in too deeply. And that way, you're going to tighten up all your fibres. You will notice as well that it leaves no holes. You won't be able to see where you've been. And you will also notice that this technique is very much like chiselling. So if you imagine you have a piece of wood, curling up in front of where you're stabbing, and imagine your tool as a chisel that's actually static and your hand is the hammer. If you do it evenly, if you stab evenly, what will happen is that you will get an even surface. If you start doing this business, you will get divots all over. Can you see? It looks like something on a golf course. Somebody's missed the ball, and that's why it often looks like that. If you look at where I've been, there's hardly anything to see. I'm going in about ½ centimetre each time. And that's tightening it up nicely. And if you roll it along, you will also be able to see where you're going, where you've been, how tight it's getting, making sure that it's even. So that's what we're practicing, is even stabbing. And giving your hair a foundation on which to sculpt from. So don't get it too tight. I'm not after rock hard at this point. Rock hard is too hard. We need to be able to, in order to attach fibre, fibre needs to be have a certain amount of give in it, because if you think about it, as it goes in, it needs to lock onto something. If it's already locked down, that surface is locked down, it's not going to be able to lock onto it very easily. The other thing is you need to still be able to move everything and decide on its positioning. All sorts of stuff is going to happen in the next lesson, and so just tighten this up now, and we'll move on to the next. You can either watch me do this, or you can crack on and do your own. At the end it will have how tight we want it by the time we finish stabbing. I'm just tightening up the surface, I often do it at a really, really acute angle. And also, if there are any holes, that just gets rid of them all. Visible holes on the surface. That's Ginny crying because I've put her in another field. And she doesn't like it because she's with a lot of sheep. Nearly there, guys, nearly there. If in doubt, one of the things is, if in doubt, always have less than more. So at the moment I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, that's rather skinny, but we can always add, we can't take away. And that's all that matters. I've gone the opposite direction to what I should have been doing there. I'm going to go down this way at the end because it needs moving to the end, and that's another thing as well. So if I start doing that, can you see? If I start doing that at the end, the fibres go down. If I start doing that and make it pointy, so that's a good thing to remember, is the fibres get dragged to where you are. Where you stab them, sorry, not where you are, where you stab them. And that's how you keep control of it all. So So I'm wanting to move it down a bit. So I'm going to move it, I'm going to stab it down that way, in that direction. Also, when the surface is nice and locked like this, and it's looking pretty good really, what you can do is you can just do that for a minute, and that will make sure that it's keeping nice and rounded and you're getting the shape that you want. Okay, so you can see he's a nice cocoon. If I go like that, you can tell. No, it's not that one. We are about there. Not there, because that's really squidgy. More there. Definitely more there. Okay. So, there we go. And on to the next one.